After my son's superhero birthday party, my mother-in-law offered to help clean up. The next morning, all his presents were at her favorite grandson's house. She shrugged it off, saying, "What's done is done." But when the whole town found out what she did to my son, she came begging for forgiveness. Hi, I'm Ratel Thompson, 38, and I have a story that still makes my blood boil. After my son Tommy's superhero-themed birthday party, a day I poured my heart into, my mother-in-law Helen secretly packed up all his presents and gave them to my sister-in-law Amy's son Cooper, claiming he needed them more since his parents are divorcing. The party itself was magical. Tommy had been counting down for weeks, and the backyard had been transformed into a miniature Avengers headquarters. Red and blue balloon arches swayed in the breeze, cardboard cutouts of Iron Man and Captain America guarded the snack table, and superhero theme music played softly in the background. "Mom, this is awesome," Tommy grinned, hugging me tight in his slightly oversized Spider-Man costume. His joy made every late night of planning worth it. "Only the best for my superhero," I smiled, adjusting his mask. But my smile faltered when Helen marched through the gate, trailed by Amy. Both were dressed in expensive sundresses, clearly ignoring my costume's encouraged request. "Rachel dear," Helen began, her tone dripping with her usual condescension. "Couldn't you have done this at that indoor venue I mentioned? All this," she waved at the decorations, "seems a bit much for a child's party." Before I could respond, Tommy rushed over. "Grandma, Aunt Amy, look, I'm Spider-Man." Helen gave him a tight-lipped smile. "Yes, dear. Though I must say, Cooper would have loved this theme too." Amy chimed in, her voice sugary sweet. "Poor Cooper was so disappointed, he couldn't come. The divorce has been really hard on him, you know." I bit back my frustration. This was Tommy's day, not a therapy session for Cooper. "Well, Tommy's been looking forward to celebrating with his friends," I said firmly. "The kids should be arriving any minute." And soon they did. The yard filled with laughter as mini superheroes raced around, their faces painted with Iron Man masks and Captain America shields. Tommy's smile never wavered as we sang Happy Birthday and cut the cake, but Helen's presence loomed like a storm cloud. She cornered me by the drinks table. "Rachel, don't you think this is a bit excessive? Cooper never had such an elaborate party, and now with everything going on." I took a deep breath. "This is Tommy's day, Helen. He's had a rough year with bullying and," Helen scoffed. "Oh please, a few playground squabbles hardly compared to a divorce. Cooper is experiencing real trauma." I bit my tongue and returned to the party, determined not to let her ruin Tommy's special day. He was glowing as he opened each gift, marveling at action figures, Lego sets, and superhero gear. But Helen and Amy exchanged whispers and glances at the growing pile of presents. When the party ended, Helen offered to help clean up. "You must be exhausted, dear," she said unusually sweetly. "Amy and I can pack up the presents while you handle the goodie bags." Something felt off, but with kids running around and parents saying their goodbyes, I let it go. Later that evening, after Tommy had crashed in his Spider-Man costume, I went to bring his presents to his room, but the table where they'd been stacked was empty. "Mark," I called to my husband, trying to stay calm, "did your mom bring Tommy's presents inside?" Mark frowned. "She said she was loading them into her car to help us." My stomach dropped. I grabbed my phone and called Helen. "About those presents," she said, as if we were discussing the weather. "I took them to Cooper's house. Poor boy needed cheering up, and Tommy had so many. It's good to teach kids about sharing." I was shaking. "You what? Those weren't yours to give away, they were Tommy's birthday gifts. His friends picked those out for him." "Don't be dramatic," she replied dismissively. "Cooper already opened them, and really, Ratel, it's a valuable lesson in generosity for Tommy." I hung up, seething. Mark, hearing everything, grabbed his phone. "She's gone too far this time," he muttered. But all I could think about was how I'd explain this to Tommy.